Well, 135 years ago, settlers of Steuben County, many of them from various Christian denominations, joined together to build the South Scott Union Church.
The family that gave that land still owns it today. They're asking for help tonight to save the historic house of worship out in 21Country.
The church is just so beautiful, and it was starting to deteriorate.
The pews in the church are the original pews.
This is something that has a fascinating history.
Tucked behind the cornfields surrounding Angola is a hidden gem, steadfast since 1886. It's seen its share of services like the weddings and the funerals.
They walked them right across the road and buried them, so I think it'd be nice. My lot's right down there, and I'd like to have that same thing.
Generations ago, the Deller family was instrumental in planting the church, lending the land on which it sits today.
In the late 1800s, 1886, there were new settlers to the county, and people were trying to start up new churches in the county. My great-great-grandparents, which are buried right over here in the cemetery, donated this patch of land for this church to be built on. And so could be used by any denomination. They just would share their time.
Jody's been helping her father Ron in the renewed efforts to save the building.
The integrity of the structure's there if we can just maintain it. We've already spent close to $100,000 on it. It's got a lot of memories because I was right here, you know. And I just think the community, it'd be nice if they could really get behind us and we put this up in shape and make it something for a community project, not just our project.
Progress on the renovations began slowly until Ron set up a fund. With the help of a new church trustee, Noel Knox, the Deller family began to make headway on the restoration.
It was in a state of disrepair 4 or 5 years ago, and it was as arguable as to whether it was going to be salvageable or not. But we have had experts look at the building, and it is super straight and true.
The church has been painted on the inside, the original color that it was. There's been some brickwork done that had to be done on the foundation. Quite a bit of just the odds and ends of things, but now we're getting into the nitty-gritty things that are going to cost quite a bit of money to get done.
Expenses and help they hope to get from their neighbors and those in Steuben County to save a piece of history.
It'll be like an old church, no lights, no restrooms. You know, we're just going to have it available, hopefully, for people to be able to use.
We believe it will be something that generations in the future will look at and imagine what was there in the 1880s.
It should be preserved for the history of the community. Not only Scott Township, but Steuben Township in the state of Indiana.
Despite all the work ahead, the Deller family continues to research the past, rebuild the present, having faith in the future that the old church will ring with an enthusiastic congregation once again.
You know, we really hope we can get the church back to its old grandeur, and that's just what our dream and hope is. I think we can do it.
A dedicated group of people those folks are. The church's doors will open to the public September 11th in hopes of generating some interest within Angola. The open house includes an ice cream social and a cemetery tour too. They hope to draw in donors to help with that big restoration project, which they predict will be around $400,000 to finish. So if you'd like to follow the progress of the South Scott Union Church or help preserve it, we put all the information you need on our website. That's WPTA21.com.